This episode of The General's Gentleman is sponsored by Galactic Civilizations 3. You are the leader of a spacefaring civilization, where humans and aliens compete for domination of our galaxy. Conquer through culture, diplomacy, technology, or military force. How will you rule your galaxy?
Welcome to The General's Gentleman.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the new, improved, lack of wrong scene, 0 hour game number 6. I say reluctantly as Blake confirms that we're on game number 6.
Blake is nodding in the background
Okay.
machine. You are A-OK to continue.
Alright, so of course the faction Swapperino, whatever you want to call it, Dominator now being the US... How can I save this, Blake? Dominator is the usually the better player, but this time he's the GLA.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
High five.
10 out of 10. I liked it. Logica will be our full USA of the super weapon kind, I believe.
Yep, definitely the super weapon, and we've seen actually a few EMP Patriots, so they haven't done that much though, have they? So I wonder if we'll see an EMP Patriot actually accomplish something today.
Okay, I was going to say we haven't seen one fire, but
Yeah,
we
that's
actually
true.
have. So it did actually shoot a couple of shots at a technical and disabled it. So
Yeah, it disabled the technical after it dropped off 4 terrorists and blew up his war factory, and that was when he didn't have his doses left. So yeah, he didn't really do that much. And look at this demo car. Oh man, catch you later, Dozer. I thought it was gonna drive into the water there.
just get a demo forklift going. So just to the left.
Oh, can you cap that truck though? That'd be insane.
I'm pretty sure we tested this at some point. Or can you cap the battleship? That's a real question, but I don't think we could. I don't think it was a thing. I don't believe it was a thing. Which is a good thing. Demo trucks are not great.
If we ever want to clickbait, we should be like 0 hour mod battleships, and then have that as the thumbnail, and then it's just like a regular cast, and everyone will get really butthurt. Like, you promised me battleships.
We lied. We want your views. We also want your worker evacs into tunnels. Good play.
Save them all, and now this Humvee is completely surrounded.
Oh. Already the workers are out and returning to their jobs. So, would you look at that? It's real dedication to the workplace.
I don't know if that was intentional, but Dominator delayed putting the workers in the tunnel, and as a result, it actually baited in the Humvee. So I think that was perhaps a nice little mind game there, to be like, oh look, I didn't completely micro my workers. Pretty big RPG evac.
What the terrorist is doing there? Maybe some zoning, trying to buy a bit more time for this tunnel network to go down.
Oh, this is nasty, because if he doesn't focus the worker down, there will be a tunnel, but he can't focus the worker down through so many RPGs. He's going for it though with his ambo. Nice.
Yeah, Ambo's going to get some crushes in here as well. The missile defender should be able to take down the tunnel network in time. I expect a cancel coming in here from Logica. He's not going to finish this tunnel network.
And if it finishes, it won't last for very long. No, there it goes. Meanwhile, oh, he's just camping out the barracks, hitting a few RPGs as they spawn.
We have Veterancy 3 here. No scrap, so the Dozer should be able to survive this one with the Vs rotating in. Still very cost-efficient technical. Should see maybe at full scrap and full veterancy, the technical transforms into a quad or something.
Ooh, too late. Didn't deny it in time, and there it goes. War factory is denied.
No more V production, at least for the moment here. Dominator will maintain the pressure. A few of these technicals going to be coming in as well.
Oh, is he dropping ranges? Or maybe just combat dropping to clear these
Probably
garrisons.
combat dropping, so make the most sense. And I feel like it's hard to use this mass technical play style on.
Well, it's a pretty open map.
But I mean, is it though? That's kind of the thing. I mean, once you get into the base, it is, but you're really limited in your mobility, kind of at the top, and there are. Just because the bases are in the corners, I mean that sounds like a stupid comment.
Like that's pretty wide.
Yeah, it is pretty open, but you have to micro within kind of the base of your opponent as well. And we've just seen so many technical armies just get caught off by Vs rotating around buildings. I don't know. I just feel like there's not a lot that the technical like RPG army can get done. That the Humvees are never really forced out of position. A lot of the time when you see this kind of tech RPG versus Humvee, it's because there's a supply that's
oh my god,
considerably separate.
Oh, no.
Like there's so much kiteability here for the Vs. I mean, they kite down all of these technicals, take everything out.
He did kill one of the Vs, but yeah, not too impressive.
Yeah. So say you have a map like I don't know, I guess TD for example, where there are a lot of routes into your there are a lot of routes between the two supplies that the technicals can kind of abuse. You assault from one side, you pop into Tunnel X, you assault from another side. On this map, which is Hard Winter, what are we on? Sorry. Melting Snow, right, yeah. Something based, something adjective, and then winter based. On Melting Snow, there's not really that option. You're always engaging the V Army. The V Army can always rotate between the two supplies, and there's not another route that technicals to travel that will easily place them in a position where they can actually get any work done.
Well, there's there, there's here.
Yeah, but I just mean, yeah. It's hard to explain. It makes sense in my head. But
Okay,
yeah,
I think you could perhaps say that the distance between the two supplies is probably less than Tournament Desert.
Yeah.
So it's easier to send the Humvees between the two supplies. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, essentially, that's what I'm trying to say,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, either way, that's fine. And Dominator actually having a pretty good network behind this. He's got his third supply, he's got his oil cap down, he's got his tunnels. He lost a lot of technicals, but he was able to macro behind this pretty well. Has to be a little bit careful now of this 3 Rocket V army. Could just be sniping out the wall, Derek.
Would be a great option with that Rebel having already capped this one up, but it seems he wants to go some counter aggression. That will be another tech RPG from the looks of things. The midway save is actually positioning behind. Here we go. That's a fantastic place for the technicals to actually catch out these Vs.
Oh, that was a full tech terror though. And actually not targeting the terrorists with the Humvee. Oh no, there he gets both of them. Humvee, Ambo, all the missile defenders cleaned up as well.
Just for swag points, the terrorists will deny the pilot. Could have kept that one alive to destroy a building, but I appreciate the swaggy pilot deny there, Dominator.
This garrison here as well. Gives him vision, which is nice. If he can see a big technical army coming.
Got my missile launcher right here.
Well, I think Dominator has this one. Palace, double arms dealer,
Triple supply. Really not in a position where he can lose this game.
and more harassment. These Chinooks are all pretty low.
Very nicely played game by Dominator to close this one out.
There are some Humvees, and I believe that Chinook has something inside of it. Oh no, did he drop it again?
Unit lost.
Yeah, this game is over. Oh no, there they are. Okay, that was where the Humvees went. Right behind the arms dealer. Still, I'm not holding out for these Humvees.
Yeah, it's probably still over. I'm just less sure now.
This is a really bad angle for Dominator to attack though.
Yeah.
Unless he gets some crushes off, which he may do. Oh dear.
See, at first I thought the pop was a terrible idea, but it's actually not, because this quantity of missile defenders are insta-giving every single technical that comes around the corner. So you're negating the splash damage at the same time that you're... Yeah, you're negating the splash damage at the same time you're getting out of the bees and actually still keeping the missile defenders alive by insta-giving the technicals. Wow, another technical goes down. Another technical goes down. The arm seal is going to fall now as well.
Well, the thing is
Oh,
Tech
Terror.
Terror. Wow. That's a clever idea. There's nowhere to kite there, so Tech Terror is going to blow them all up. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the alpha damage. Is that the technical has to do DPS over time because it's a continuous fire gun. Where missile defenders, it's alpha damage. It fires shot in a volley. So if you have enough, you just one-shot the technicals. And if they're only parving in one at a time, they can't really ever have an impact. Unless they're crushing. Still, this is interesting. Dominator must have a lot of cash, but he can't spend it because he lost his arms dealer.
Yeah, 1600 at the moment, though I believe the Palace has finished machine, and there's the GG coming in from Logica.
You are victorious.
I like the final attack by Logica to try and turn that one around. I mean, his thought process there was he has way too much economy, but if I can take out both of his arms dealers, then maybe I can just crush him.
I really should get a license on how to correctly wield scoreboards in an office environment.
Yeah.
We don't have enough room for paper to be flying around here.
This is technically an office, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
My
We always call
premise.
it, we call it the HQ, but yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose it is an office.
The command center,
Yeah.
the battle station,
Yeah,
the CNC, the command and control.
definitely need a bona fide cool name for it. So
Bonafide. What does that mean?
bona fide, like legit, too legit to quit. So
Okay.
essentially,
Will it say too legit to quit on
oh,
dictionary.com?
guarantee it. Yeah.
Okay. I'll Photoshop that just for you guys.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You always got my back, and we always have the back of the player who has the swaggiest plays. That is how we are biased here at Generals, Gentlemen, Swagland. We'll go with that. So,
Okay.
I don't like it. We'll work on a new one. Dominator's our
Swagland sounds like a theme park for delinquents.
Dominator's our nuke today.
Yeah, Dominator's on nuke and Logica's the laser. So finally, the Chinas have arrived. Something that I'm always fond of.
Except IRL. We get a
Oh
tomorrow
yeah.
when the war began
Yeah,
style
that's not
situation
good.
happening. Then the machine, I suppose, is less happy about China arriving.
I like that movie because the plot and the premise made sense. Where you know those the American movies, I forget the name of it. I think it's like Olympus Has Fallen, where North Korea invades America. And
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like why would North Korea invade America? Whereas like China
Yeah.
invading Australia is like, oh yeah, that
it's-
makes sense.
yeah.
We have space. That's just good. You can't crush a dozer. Yeah, because China, we're obviously not saying they're going to invade Australia, but China has the highest population density in the world, and Australia, apart from places like Antarctica, obviously, Australia has one of the lowest population densities and a lot of natural resources and a pretty nice climate. And, you know, there's a lot of reasons why China should invade us.
Yeah.
So please don't.
Pretty please. We have asked nicely. That's the best we can do. Yeah.
But the internet sucks.
It does, yeah.
Maybe that's why. That's why liberals are sabotaging our internet as like a. They want to try and you know, keep us safe, but without investing too much in military because that's expensive. They want to give more tax cuts to mining companies.
Right, so we get to learn a new thing machine. Do dozers out-repair laser
No.
patriots? I do not believe so, so...
Take a while
It's
though.
not by a lot, yeah. It is going to take a bit more time. It just buys time for production. Taking damage from a laser patriot does not prevent this war factory from producing. This is glorious China.
Actually, I think it out damages it, but it's gonna be very gradual. Yeah, it'll take a long time, but it'll do it. The thing is with a laser patriot is they're actually good versus infantry. So a troop crawler is going to be not necessarily as effective as it would be against the other types of patriots. I think the troop crawler can still kill it on its own.
Yeah, it is still the way to go, definitely. As a guy who used to play a lot of laser, it is the way to go. Before I realized I couldn't Humvee micro, it is the way to go. Going for a troop crawler, but you do tend to lose a lot of red guard in the process.
Yeah. Do you envy 2012 Blake that remembers being able to play USA without having to build rock Vs?
Yeah, I really do. It was a simpler time in my life, if I'm being honest. So
Almost lost that dozer, which is his last one, mind you. And he finally takes out the war factory, but with the help of a Humvee.
now going to be destroying the power. Very, very potent laser patriot.
Will he actually get the Battlemaster with the nuclear explosion? Nah. Almost. He's almost within range of the Patriot.
I tell you what, though,
Oh.
if Logica really wanted some swag points there, destroying the power plant with the explosion from the nuke Battlemaster would have earned him one. I
Yeah, that
believe.
would've been
So
cool.
that would have been cool. Lots of nuclear explosions, and yeah, Logica's just too on point this game. There's not really much Dominator can do.
Well, that even just with nuke Battlemasters, like, yeah, you can snipe dozers, and you're gonna delay your production, but it's not really what you need to do right now. When you have one supply, one barracks, or rather one factory, when you have no dozers left, denying your opponent's dozers isn't going to help too much. That being said, it actually has a second supply in the middle, so that's going to give him decent income until it's blown up.
Certainly possible with all these Vs on the field, Machine. Dragon Tank's trying to zone at this stage. Doing a fairly effective job, and we could potentially see Dominator come back into this one.
Yeah, no.
No.
He doesn't have any infantry,
Yeah.
and he needs to have infantry against these Humvees, unless he goes for outposts.
And Nuke Battle Masters out in the field against Vs, no thank you.
Yeah, you want to have MiGs. That's kind of the dream, but he's nuked, so the MiGs aren't very good. And again, he doesn't actually have a dozer, so his options are limited. And he's kited for days. Just doesn't have any ammo though, so he's a little bit vulnerable here. And that's going to be the power plant going down. Don't blow it up when he's near it. Is he gonna? He didn't get the swag mode. Destroy Battlemaster with nuclear explosion. I don't know if it would have enough damage to kill it. He'd probably be able to kill like a Humvee, but a Battlemaster may survive. Do your thing, Blake.
I'm doing my thing, Machine. The thing that it is that I do. So who took that game? That was...
Logica.
Logica 1. Yeah, of course it was. Nice game, Logica.
Do you have that on your resume that you are scoreboard master?
Scoreboard master.
Yeah.
Arkenhawk. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Very good at highlighted scoreboards are my speciality, but
You can also do.
yeah, I majored in highlighted scoreboards, but
Yeah.
I took some kind of broadening units in official scoreboard use as well. So.
Well, I think it shows, it demonstrates that you can function under high stress situations. And, you know, you can keep the scoreboard rolling. It doesn't disrupt your workflow. You can get the job done. And let's see who gets the job done today, because we still have quite a few more games to go.
Indeed, you're right, my friend. We are currently on the 8th game of the series of Dominator, currently leading by a game, 4-3.
Yeah, and this is a best of 11, so the first 6, they are the winner.
Pretty regulation opening now here, Machine. The double war factory for Logica. No sneaky beaky dozer drop from the looks of things
Really?
for Dominator. Yeah.
Sneaky beaky,
Sneaky beaky.
really?
Obviously, I've been casting too much CSGO in my my downtime. No dozer drop, which I actually think is really potent, in particular against this kind of double war factory opener. As we saw in the previous game, it just Logica won the game entirely off the back of a single laser Patriot. Very potent against China.
First Gatling on the way. Second Gat moving out too. It is spotted by the spy drone. He sees it going in the middle, and that's pretty important because it means he's not going on the left. So as a result, he can have this Humvee defending the middle. And yeah, this Garrison 2 is going to be a big help as well. He can go around it, but it's going to be buying some time. You've got a Master as well.
Defender keeps an eye on things. Should be able to get a nice laser lock down on the side here as well. It's not able to 1v1 a Gatling, however, even with that laser lock. So both of these units will sneak past, but decent Humvee production already out here for Dominator.
Oh, he actually sent it left. So that was clever. He sent it in the middle, but then went left. I don't know if it was the shortest path or it was just a way of maybe trying to mind game him, given the spy drone. But either way, there's too many Humvees on his right side for the Battlemaster and the Gat to really achieve anything. Doesn't lose any Humvees.
Only dropping the one sort of defender here. New
Oh,
Battlemaster
no.
has arrived on the left-hand side.
A Gatling tank snuck through. Oh, just kidding. It's a Battlemaster.
That would be thank God that these players don't play with that radar. That's the true heart attack moment, seeing red dots in behind the supply lines.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Well, the Dozer's a little bit vulnerable there, but we'll get cleaned up. Actually collapsing upon with the double Battlemaster. It's nice play. Does actually get 2 Humvees, almost the third one as well. That was fantastic.
Really decent play there.
Normally it's really easy to just kite away the Battlemasters, but because he collapsed upon the Humvees, that's why he did so much damage.
I'm not sure if Logica even saw the new Battlemaster slipping through. It kind of came from behind his supply. It's like, no, that was there. Really limited the Humvee kiting potential.
The Gat was already spun up, so he couldn't fight that head on. They came from behind.
You're really into voice lines today, hey? It's one of those days.
Yeah. I can't remember where that originally came from, but it's a line in Warcraft 3, which is like a reference to something in some movie. Because I know Warcraft 3 does a lot of Monty Python references.
Okay.
You're the king. I didn't vote for you.
I mean, if you're gonna reference anything, it's not a bad thing to reference Monty
Is
Python.
it Star Wars?
What is from?
No, they came from behind. I don't know. Someone will tell me in the comments, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's the fantastic thing about the internet, isn't it? If we're not sure, the answer's already been answered somewhere in the comments.
Yeah, it really kills like dinner topic arguments, because if someone's wrong, you just Google it and you're like, oh no, you're wrong. Unless it's not quite so simple. Yeah.
Or unless you're my dad, in which case even a proved point is always argued.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
So yeah, it was just a good pressure from Logica. Just consistent pressure is hard to deal with. Getting on top of the USA early, kind of slowing down V production. It's sneaking in those battle masters, those gats, and you just keep churning them out. Double war factory, you just keep churning. Chinese war machine. It's pretty fantastic. So you just keep the pressure going.
Keep talking, Blake. Keep talking.
It's fantastic.
They came from behind.
We're looking it up, guys. It's exciting. It's exciting stuff.
They came from behind. Warcraft 3 flying machine quotes. Came from something else earlier, though.
Are you assuming that, or are you just you're sure? How sure are you?
Star Wars.
It was Star
It was Star Wars.
Ah!
It was the X-wing. It's
I can't believe I missed a Star Wars reference.
It's in episode 4 when
Right.
they're going through the trench of or whatever it's called, going through the Death Star.
Death Star trench.
And
Yeah,
Death Star trench. And then like I think Darth Vader shows up, and then the guy's like, they came from behind, and he blows up.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the flying machine in Warcraft
Yeah.
3 is, flying machine, which is kind of like an X-wing. So yeah, that's where it came from. There you go. Alrighty, this is a different map. Haven't done this game too many times, this map too many times, rather.
You are correct, sir.
I think it's called Embattled Lands. We had the word embattled, we couldn't see what the second one was. I think it's Embattled Lands. So, you have the two side supplies. What else do you have? You got oils. Oh, this is the repair bay? Yeah, that's the repair bay. Or the side supplies. And that's it, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But these are also flanking routes too.
Yeah, not crazy map design, but yeah, decent. I like it. It's cool.
I believe it's one of the newer maps from Relax. Quick airfield from Dominator.
How
Whoa!
many airfields, machine?
Well,
How
there's
many
two
airfields are
but-
there?
Yeah, there's two. I mean,
Is
it
I've never seen this build. One supply double helix, or
Is it double helix or is it
Or is
helix
it helix
and MiGs?
MiGs?
I don't know. We'll see. It's probably
Yeah.
double helix. Probably like a Gatling helix and a bunker helix. Was he inf? I didn't see what. China, VV China.
No, VV China, yeah. Yeah, I mean, double helix, I'm guessing. It must be a very carefully calculated one of those kind of economic starts. So obviously airfields are a bit cheaper than, say, like starting War Factory. So I suppose this works out, but there'd be a reason for the single spy, so you need enough to get those going. So yeah, 2 helixes here. No more tank hunters being produced. So I suppose you're right, machine. It's going to be bunkerlix, gatlix, or proplix.
Yeah,
yeah.
I would imagine. Oh, is he getting through with this tech
It
terror?
doesn't even matter though.
He doesn't have the bunker upgrade.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the supply and the airfield there, but one more airfield left. But is he out of cash? He can't afford another supply. So his Gatling helix, yeah, he would have probably got a 3rd helix as the propaganda licks, but of course losing a fair bit of stuff there.
It's got to be Armsteller first here.
Yeah, exactly. He has to get rid of the quads. There's 1 quad on the field,
Oh, there's
another
already
quad
a
as well.
quad.
That's fine. But without the propaganda, he can't repair these helixes, and he can't actually dive after it either. But if he takes a tunnel out, then he can't defend this. And the helixes are getting pretty low. The bunker helix getting focused down first. That's it. There's no tunnel there, and the arms dealer, he can't spawn a quad. Is he building another arms dealer? That's the question.
It really doesn't need to, machine. Yeah, quad RPGs coming in. We saw an airfield sell, so I'm guessing that behind this, Dominator has gone for another supply to try and get that one up. He had to sell the airfield, right? So both of these helixes are going to survive, but on virtually nothing.
Yeah, 1 supply as well. That wasn't enough damage, I think. He actually evacs it. No, he gets out. Very close one. Can he deny the supply there? There's only 1 quad. and no arms dealer, so we actually can't rebuild any more quads. Yeah, okay, that's actually a nice play. I like how he traded that helix, because otherwise he's going to be too far behind. Signosites is also clever. No, he cancels it.
Yeah.
I guess because he killed one of the helixes.
Yeah, the helixes just don't matter anymore. It's not going to be a factor with the severely damaged one.
Oh, I can't repair it. There's no airfield.
Yeah, War Factory transition here from Dominator. I suppose that was the choice. It was either going to go for another helix when my opponent probably has counters.
No,
or
that
no.
helix is too low. Was it a bait with the worker? I think it was.
Can I win? No, I can't win.
Close. Yeah, that's a shame. It would have been good defensive just against tech terrors and such, but that's dead now. And decent army, mainly of RPGs.
Dragon tank, not great.
It was the timing of it, because the technical showed up and there wasn't either the bunker or the Gatling upgrade, so they were just vanilla helixes, and they couldn't focus it down. I guess the problem was the airfield was too close to the supply, so both of them were destroyed. If you had one airfield left, it would have made a huge difference to get a prop helix to repair on the airfield.
Yeah, see. Yeah, I suppose that's the thing with the start. That tech terror doesn't matter in terms of production. If either of the airfields go down, like, whatever, Dominator shrugs his shoulders and says no worries. So the obvious target is the supply, but you're right. Supply too close to the airfield, which led to that tech terror securing both and really limiting the options of Dominator, and it will cost him this game.
Yeah, and if he just had a bit more cash, he wouldn't have had to sell off his airfield, but either way, double supply once again restored for Logica, getting his arms dealer out as well. I love the strat though. It was something different that we haven't seen before, and it's nice to see something different that we haven't seen before on a 13-year-old game, which we have casted for about 3 years now, almost 4 years, I think. Yeah, wow.
Wow.
Getting old, man.
See, it's when we get to the... What point do we get to where we've been casting for half of 0 Hour's lifespan? How many more years do we have to be casting for? So
Is it 4 years or 3 years?
No, 4 years, dude. We've been casting for a
wow.
while. I'm pretty sure we said 3 years for a while, so I'm guessing it must be at
probably.
least 4 at this stage. So, yeah. We are getting old, my friend. We are getting old.
Yeah, that's the thing about 0 Hour, is the way that I see it, is if 0 Hour was going to die, it would have already died.
This game is too good to die. It's actually too good.
It's not like other games where it needs X amount of an active community for people to play it. It's always going to resonate with people in a way that people are going to want to play it. And yeah, RPGs for harassing of these trucks. Fair bit of tank hunters on the ground. I think they actually managed to walk all the way back from the supply.
The longest walk machine, but they have managed to make it. Still more supply is going to be denied here as well. Tank hunters have returned, so see Dominator fiercely trying to stay in this game.
Fiercely? What's so fierce about it?
It's fierce. Tank hunters had to run a long way. He's really committing to trying to stay in this one. Considering how quick some of the GGs have been in our other games, it's just, yeah.
These two RPGs are a big pain for Dominator. It doesn't have any anti-infantry, just a bunch of outposts, bunch of RPGs. And there's going to be 3 supplies mining for Logica. So he can go for some pretty crazy production or some quick tech. Need a Gatling or something.
Yeah, shell's going to be cracked here. Will be the dragon tank as an option.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
I think he actually targeted this quad manually. So then the quads were firing at the RPGs as they were running after the distant quad, rather than just attacking whichever one was closest. But that didn't matter so much. That was very nice timing of the Tech Terror. If that Tech Terror again was a few seconds later, it would have got taken out by the upgraded helixes. Risky build order by Dominator, and that's going to put him potentially on his last game next match, because now it's going to be 5-4 in favor of Logica.
Believe so.
And now we are returning on this map for the...
So that was, sorry, Dominator winning that last one? That was Logica.
It was Logica.
Logica winning that one.
So,
yeah, so.
Logica is ahead. And yeah, the faction Swapperoonie. Is it Swapperoonie or Swapperino?
It's up to you. Didn't you say it was up to you before, Machine? I'm
I don't know.
not going to say it's not up to you anymore. I still believe in you.
This map is interesting because these oils are very exposed. But they're kind of together as well. I guess you have the bunkers, but that's not going to save them completely. It's only going to save them from certain angles.
Momentary salvation, I suppose, until we see flanks coming through.
Double factory.
It is.
Bit more safe than double airfield.
Yeah, just moderately. Is the building placement any better here for Dominator? Someone's gonna be close.
Yeah, it's strange because it's pretty much next to the supply, but it's not in a way that it's actually walling off a side against tech RPGs.
Still limits mobility. You're having an interesting conversation with me about the importance of building placement in games like 0 Hour and other RTS as well the other day. So
Yeah, like StarCraft 2 does base placement very well. One of the main differences though in StarCraft is that StarCraft has a hex placement, whereas 0 Hour it's free. There's no grid or anything, so it's a lot harder to place buildings correctly in terms of the way that the game is. But there's a bit less complexity to it. But either way, Tech RPG gonna be forcing these trucks away. Well, yeah, most RTS games the base building is a formality. It doesn't involve much. It's not really a decision that you have to think about. You just plonk them down, and I think that's kind of boring. People love base building, but I think for the most part it's kind of boring in games. But then you have some that do it incredibly well. Okay, that one's empty by the looks of it. He's pulling back this tech RPG. Yeah, he's scared about his dragon tanks.
Dragon tank, he doesn't have anything to deal with it, Machine. Yeah, 2 of them, especially. Maybe I pop for one of them, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to pop for the second one. He's going to be coming in. There's the evac from behind. Nicely played. However, all the workers are going to be dead. They are burned alive. The pull is going to be late here from Dominator. Oh, no!
That was to deny the scrap by Logica, but did he lose the building because of the dot? I don't know.
Pretty sure he did.
But I mean, you couldn't even argue it's worth it because that technical was already scrap 1. So that would have been scrap 2 if it picked that up, which is like 100% GG. Can't counter that unit.
Yeah. It'd be a one-man army against these dragon tanks Machine, so.
Well, that's going to be double scrap here.
Yeah.
Nice timing too. He gets a technical there in position, so he can't deny it with the building.
Yeah, good stuff. He's
Now
not going to let it happen to him a second time, though. This game looks like it could go a little bit longer, Machine. No clear lead, I would say, for either our players. Wow.
Nice one.
Nice terrorist detonation there. Dragon tank going to be denied. Here is the super technical.
Super technical of death. It's a very weak building.
It's a good bait as well. You never expect the technical of death to actually have anything inside it because it's a one-man army.
Yeah.
And then when it does have units inside, you're just like, oh, what do you know? There are RPGs there.
And you throw everything you have trying to kill the technical of death, and then as a result, you get caught out of position. But this is a nice attack. 3 quads, tunnel on the side, bunch of RPGs for reinforcement. Technical of death, killing some things. It is wielding death as its main weapon.
Yeah. Out of position indeed, Machine, and all of a sudden Dominator has established a foothold within the base of Logica. 2 tunnel networks going to be going down. That's always a dangerous place for the GLA to be in. You cannot kill the technical of death.
No.
Who do you think you are, Logica? Who do you think you are?
You are not a helix.
So the encroaching flames will box in Dominator here.
Yeah, they will force his quads to heal. Buy some time.
Really all you can expect from these dragon tanks in this situation. Quad's getting some nice work done. Still a few of the units on the side of Logica quite low. The technical of death having a pretty fantastic time picking those off.
Man, it's just so OP. The technical of balance.
So, because you can't chase it down. It just
Yeah.
you'll never lose it.
Unless you flank it, but how do you flank it when it's got a tunnel next to it?
Yeah, you get your very own hotkey when you get double scrap Machine. So, yeah.
All right.
Invincible.
So that's going to be the even series. It's going to be 5-5, and yeah, we already casted this game though, so I don't know.
We have. So I suppose we should just do an ending to it. I'm guessing. So ending to the series. What do you think? What are you feeling?
I think it'll be funny if we post a video where it's like, yeah, I don't know if we'll cast this series or not after casting the entire series. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll do that. Right. So yeah.
That's it.
Enjoy the next game from past Archon Hawk and past Machine. we hope they treat you well. They're nice people, from memory.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to Command & Conquer 0 Hour.
We are the Generals, gentlemen, your hosts and casters for this morning, afternoon, evening. Dominator shall be playing as our China infantry.
And Logica, who has the in-game name of Firestorm, is our China tank. And I know this has caused some confusion because often we refer to him as Logica, but sometimes we don't say sometimes we say Firestorm, and then the top of the screen will probably say Logica, and people are like, oh my god, who's Logica? So yeah, I don't know.
It's the same dude.
Please bear with us, but
at least we know what we're talking about, and just trust in the Generals, gentlemen, that we do have some idea what we're doing. Hopefully this is a hype game.
I think the most important thing is more people's gamereplays.org forum name.
Yeah.
Because that's how people kind of refer to each other.
Yeah.
So whatever their forum name is generally what takes precedence over the in-game name. But more importantly, how nice is Blake's new haircut?
It's pretty rocking.
Yeah?
I'm down with it. One of the main problems, I suppose, with it is that it's kind of a hot day. And as per usual, if I'm not doing martial arts training, my hairdresser will put gel in my hair to make it look super swaggy. But the issue with gel on a hot day is like that shit melts, man. And then you have like just yucky sweat that's not fun and unenjoyable at all. So.
Yeah, my hairdresser always asks me, he's like, do you want gel? And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't know,
have you ever really gotten a cut that is warranting of gel though?
Not really.
It's not really a thing, dude. I'll have a men's cut, please, and then you get a men's cut, and then not really a gel necessity. Whereas mine's just
how much
a tiny
do you
bit more
spend on your haircuts?
I spent $20 on my haircut.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not ridiculous.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if you'd be one of those guys that goes to like this very particular hairdresser that it's like $50 because they get some stupid dickhead haircut.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah.
You know, people are like that. I think it's like, you know, I think feminism is missing the real core message because like, don't girls pay like $50 for a haircut and we pay like 20?
They pay a fair bit, yeah.
Anyway.
To be fair, the hair is a little bit more complicated than ours is. Yeah. So I don't think they just ask for a women's cut when they go in to get their
women's
hair
cut, please.
So, yeah. Not exactly how it works.
Oh, what a noob. Dominator lets his dragon tank get hit by the TNT. That being said, though, Firestorm will also sneak a dragon tank through into the supply line of Dominator. So we can see Dominator not having a great start so far.
No, not fantastic machine, and just outpost running into outpost at this stage of the game, which isn't... there's not really a big difference. It's just like you get like triumph attack outpost versus listing outpost. It's just a similar amount of rocket troops. So they trade off. They kind of just counter each other out in terms of the early game.
There was also a big series played between these two players. Is that another one?
Yeah.
Oh, Dominator. Oh god, that's another TNT off on this dragon tank. I think he's looking to try and take out some tank hunters with him, but won't be able to.
Quite unfortunate. Dominator keeps the production going though. He is not daunted, and Dominator will be also throwing up another supply to replace the one he lost.
Garrison's here on the right side, held by Logica. This dragon tank has to make sure he doesn't get TNT'd, because that's been the legacy of these dragon tanks so far and hasn't been particularly flattering.
3 out of 3 dragon tanks is warranting of a swag point. But then it's just, we're in that awkward spot where it's just like, is it Dominator being bad or is it Logica being good? So
it's Dominator being bad. It's noob points.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of swag points.
You lose a swag point for getting three TNTs in a row.
Yeah, so gonna be firewalling down to destroy these buildings, I suppose. We'll take out the garage with him. I don't know if that was intentional, but there it goes.
These outposts going to be sniped. Logica playing nicely in terms of cracking the shells. Always really important to limit the mobility. At the moment, trading much more cost efficiently than our man Dominator. Could be in some trouble here.
Yeah, trading pretty well is Logica, and he's the vanilla trainer.
It's a really...
his tank, wasn't he? Yeah.
This is a really good composition as well. The tank hunters to crack the shells. Gatling going to be cleaning up the tank hunters on the ground. Even with a good evac, it's difficult. Oh no! No!
Oh, don't. Oh, man, that was close.
Lucky.
Yeah, see, you are peeking. Look at that. I told you, man.
I'm peeking.
You are!
Man, I think that was because I leaned in at the time. I don't know. I wasn't peeking before. That's a lot of fire.
Yeah, the war factory goes down. In case you're wondering, that's referring to the audio levels.
Yeah. Stuff getting burned to the ground. My voice was cracking because of the amount of flames, man. Couldn't handle it.
Yeah, there was more flames there than I got on my Company of Heroes troll video.
Oh.
Like, you know. Yeah, this is certainly. Oh, the firewall gets that factory as well. Dominator having a pretty. How do I describe what's happening to Dominator right now? It's just disastrous what's happening to him. He's losing his base. He's getting out microed, and that shouldn't be happening because he's infantry. Infantry versus a tank, especially, and it's really just it's Gatlings and it's tank outposts, which are expensive. And now, excuse me, now we're gonna have the Overlord mixed in with an ECM. It actually has two Emperors, so we should get some Gatling cannons on those pretty soon.
Dominator trying valiantly to hold ground, and then potentially could have worked against some of the weaker units coming out here from Logica. However, there are now overlords on the field. Will be rolling their way through these dragon tanks. I'm surprised Dominator has found the cash to go for a propaganda center here, and it could be a mistake. He's going to be really low in units. He has to win this engagement handily, otherwise he'll just be out of the game.
Well, but I think he needed the Lotus. He doesn't really have much option. How else can he counter Emperor Overlords with ECM support? The only way really is with a Lotus to disable them. So can Dominator try and buy some time to get Lotus out? Probably not, but maybe he'll be able to, but at the cost of a few of his important buildings. The ECM micro is pretty fantastic here from Logica. Look at that, having both the ECMs covered. Very, very nicely played.
Yeah, shell's going to be cracked here. ECM continues to move. That was so well microed by Logica. Jesus. That was actually incredible. The ECM micro on point. Even the Gatling retargeting on the one Overlord that has one. Power's going to be going down as well. Firestorm doesn't lose a single unit.
I think that's one of the big differences you see between noob and pro games is the ECM micro. It's such an important unit that can be very easy to mess up because of the way that it auto acquires units, which is kind of frustrating. I love how in mods such as Rise of the Reds, there's a toggle where you can prevent the ECM from automatically acquiring. I feel like that's a nice feature, but it does make the micro even more difficult, and as a result, not many players can pull it off properly.
See here, Dominator valiantly trying to find the back end of these Overlords and abuse the turret rotation. Even a Gatling going to be sneaking through and denying all these supply trucks. Logica is putting on an absolute masterclass.
Lotus didn't get out. There's still no Lotus. So this is probably going to be GG. Unless we see a crazy carpet bomb or something, and this army is a little bit clumped up. There's no command center, of course. So
yeah.
Oh, okay. Actually, we could see the Lotus.
Right.
That's the barracks there from Dominator.
Surely the only way to come back into this game machine. Dominator's almost out of buildings.
Yeah, the bases may be a little bit undefended if a Lotus does get through. The Super Lotus, in fact. And there goes the prop center. A Lotus actually does come out now. Right. There's actually a decent amount of outposts here. Yeah. And remember, these are China infantry outposts. The attack outposts. So you can probably do it here if he shuts down the fully heroic Overlord, and then if he can kite away long enough and get the other one. But the Lotus pretty exposed, but the disables are very fast because of the fact that it's the Super Lotus. One down, one to go.
Can't believe she actually completed that. I forget how fast the Super Lotus disables are. They are quick machine. Double sell-off here from Dominator as well. I'm not sure why he was looking for the cash, but he sold off both of those buildings, though, and they would go down incredibly quickly to the Overlord. Still, the ECM micro is on point here. Even the unit composition, the positioning is insane. From Logica finds a shutdown, one of the outposts. ECM still up and running again. This game is nuts. All of these buildings getting sniped down through perfect positioning.
There's actually a supply down here as well, but only two Overlords, and the other one got its disable worn off, and now it's back in the fight. The first Overlord is disabled, and meanwhile, Dominator's army is just getting crushed. There's nothing left apart from the Lotus.
You can see the barracks go down as well as the power plant here machine. I believe that supply could be the last hope for Dominator.
No. There is another. There's a factory building.
Yeah, factory going down now. Dominator have a surely out of cash. I don't see him coming back into this game machine.
The Lotus was disabling the Overlords, but there was just nothing to actually do anything about it. It's like, cool, the Overlord's disabled, now what? Where do I go from here? I don't have a plan B. I didn't think this far ahead. And there's actually mines there. That would have killed the Lotus if the Lotus traversed over them. There's going to be a Dragon Tank coming through. Dominator, I think this is a little bit futile.
Nice shutdown to the Dragon Tank. However, Lotus has been revealed, and that's kind of the key point. So we should be seeing a... Yeah, it goes for the double shutdown.
Migs, nice.
Migs, that's going to be perfect. Overlord's here. Going to be revealing the Lotus. Lotus goes down. Logica. You, sir, are a god. A god among men playing this video game.
I like that, because it wasn't messing about. It was like, I don't want to lose to a Super Lotus in my base, so I'm going to get a Mig out just in case. Defeated. Well, that was actually a pretty one-sided game. Man, that game kind of makes me want to cast the series, because I just assumed it'd be a bash on Dominator's end, but that game was anything but, or at least not for Dominator. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Dominator, like, I don't think I've seen him lose that hard.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, dude. That was brutal. That was not suitable for work. You should not be showing kids that video.
Not suitable for his reputation.
Logica just played so well. That micro was insane. The ECM micro, the positioning, it was just... it looked simple. It looked like Logica just steamrolled Dominator's base, but there's so much more to it than that. It was the positioning of the Gatling has to be in the right spot to deny the tank hunters. The ECM has to be moving between two Overlords, denying all the rocket troops, and you have to have the positioning against Dominator's army in order to deny buildings relative to your Overlord, like, turret placement. There was actually so much going on while Dominator pushed into the base. At no point, even while destroying buildings, was he in a spot where he would lose to Logica's army, which is quite possible because there were 4 or 5 outposts full of tank hunters, and Dominator, yeah, there's just no point there where Dominator could actually find a nice engagement and take the Overlords out. So
I think the other part of it as well was the fact that the ECM actually got pretty low, and so he was kiting with the ECM to try and get it out of range of the tank hunters, but while also leaving it within range to still do the deflection for the Overlords. And it meant that the tank hunters, they weren't able to target the Overlords instead. So yeah, it was a very nice play. Dominator, he certainly made the errors at the start though, because the first 2 Dragon Tanks he lost to the TNTs, but then also his supply went down, and that was just because he didn't have the map awareness to see Logica's Dragon Tank coming and intercept it. So yeah, a crushing defeat there for Dominator. I feel like maybe we shouldn't post this game, just because otherwise people will just like unsub from his channel and be like, I can't watch this noob play. But no, better luck next time, Dominator. I mean, we all have these games. We've seen Dominator play phenomenally, especially over these last few weeks. We've seen him play some baller games. So you can't always judge a player by just one of their games.
GG, thank you for joining us.